Welcome to week 7 of Tiger Review. I'm your host, Will Fiedler. Blair can't be with us right now, but let's kind of go over what's been happening in Lamp Sports. To start off, wanted to talk about the golf tournament. We're going to have a few guests on today, talk more about it, but it was a success. We had a lot of fun. A lot of people came out and really supported the Lamp Athletic program. So thank you, Lamp Nation. If you're a corporate sponsor, parent, or even a student, we're super thankful for all that you contributed to that event. Next, we're going to go look at volleyball. So volleyball, last Thursday, they played Wilcox and Dallas County. They had a great performance. They won both games. Kind of got back in that winning column after a tough week the week before. We're super proud of the Lady Tigers, but we're most proud for last night's senior night. We played our rivals, Brutech, and the seniors showed out. We had some really good performances both from Jalen, from Lacey, and from other players across the team, and they won in 3 sets with a really close third set. It was an incredible atmosphere. We're super proud of Lamp Nation for being there. It really helped the team win. Thankful for that. Next, we have cross country. Kind of on a break, not doing too much. They do have a JV tournament coming up, the Jesse's Owens that's coming up, but we'll talk about the schedule later on. I also wanted to talk about swimming, introducing some swimming events later in this episode. And then lastly, UFC. If you follow our Lamp Instagram page, you know about the rankings. Tried to post every Friday, maybe Saturday, with the new updated rankings from those games. Right now, we've got green and pink in first. They're doing an incredible job. Both Run Andrew and Carter are just having good performances. We're seeing really good performances from Schmo. We think the steal of the draft is still Minha, but we're super excited for all the developments in that aspect of Lamp Sports. And outside of that, no Tiger of the Week this week. We're going to restart that with the beginning of the new next 9 weeks and the beginning of the next new month. Stay tuned for the next Tiger of the Week. Yo, Tigers.
All right. For this week's Tiger Review, we have not 1, not 2, but 3 coaches. We're going to introduce them. Number 1.
What do I need to say my name? I'm Coach McGahee, varsity boys basketball coach and athletic director here at Lamp.
Number 2.
I thought you said you were going to introduce us.
Yeah. That's Coach Thornton. He coaches girls basketball, I think.
You can say women's. It's
Women's basketball. And here we have Coach Sharmer.
Okay, you just said it.
He coaches golf, swimming, and JV basketball. Now I'm going to hand it over to Will.
All right, coaches. So obviously, all 3 of y'all came out to the golf tournament and saw what that meant to the athletic program. So each one of y'all has a different perspective. We have 2 players, and then Coach kind of did a little logistical role. So just kind of briefly talk about what you got from the tournament and some words about who you're thankful to and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah, it was actually my first tournament, the first golf tournament for the Lamp Lighters, and the volunteers did an excellent job. Will did an excellent job kind of getting it going. Extremely thankful for all our sponsors. They're supporting our athletics programs in a big way. I think we actually overachieved our goal in some areas, and it was just a great day, a fun time. People had a beautiful weather to play golf, and we raised a lot of good money and for a good cause. So it was awesome. It was awesome. Can't wait till next year.
Since Coach kind of touched on everything there, I'll ask you, so how was your golf performance and what did you get out of the tournament?
well, first of all, thank you, Will, for all of your hard work. What you did to organize that event was just absolutely phenomenal. As far as I got out of it, I mean, I played the best round I've ever played in my life, which isn't saying much. But it's not hard to play alongside John Woo because, my goodness, that kid can hit him. So I was really I just enjoyed it playing with him and Chris and just having a great time being out there, enjoying a day of work, quote unquote, on a golf course. I felt very privileged to be there, and I really appreciate all your hard work.
All right, Coach.
What question do I have?
You had the honor of playing
with you?
With
Blair.
With Blair. You had the honor to play with Blair. So obviously Blair came out, not a lot of golf experience.
No, not much.
But you coached him to some really good shots.
Well,
Just remember to breathe.
you got to breathe. The squirrel finds the net every once in a while, right? And so,
First 4 holes.
yeah. So Blair really carried our team for about 5 seconds. And then for the rest of the time, he was there for moral support, and he did a great job of keeping it fun.
And so now to transition a little bit, all of y'all coach different aspect of basketball, obviously varsity women's and varsity boys, and then JV. So just a brief outlook on each of y'all's perspective on those 3 specific teams, starting with you, Coach.
Okay, this is my 3rd year here at Lamp, and we have made great progress each and every year. Obviously, the first year we had a special ending to the season on the big famous half-court shot. Last year, I felt like we took a step forward and competed. We got put in a tougher area. This year, going into year 3, our area has not changed, so that's going to be a challenge for us. But our guys are ready for it. We had an excellent summer. A lot of guys came in, worked really hard over the summer. They seem very committed, very dedicated, and so I'm just looking forward to it. We've had a great preseason. We'll start official basketball practice on October 16th. And our first game will be here against the Altamont School on November 3rd, okay, that Friday. It should be a fun time, a good time. Again, I'm just extremely proud of the effort I've seen so far and just want to continue to have that carry over throughout the season. So we just want to compete, we want to have fun, and just keep moving forward.
So obviously you've got a lot of turnover with those seniors graduating last year. It's kind of a new team for you. So how are you looking at that, and what's your perspective on women's this year?
Sure. Well, we graduated a lot of our offense, but we're also bringing back, a good chunk of players, 3 of which have played for us for at least 4 years, in Grayson and Ella Grace and Kaylee. Kaylee's played for us and Ella Grace for 5. So, we do have experience coming back, and it's just going to be about stepping up into new roles and players contributing maybe more than they've had to in the past. But, I like where we are. I think we need to do a little bit more as far as developing to be game ready. But at the same time, I have the same expectations for this team that I've always had, which is that we should be in the playoffs at the end of the year, and then let's see what happens. So that's what I'm looking forward to, is watching, how these ladies will step up into new roles.
All right. Lastly, Coach, obviously you've got a lot moving up from junior varsity to varsity. So what's your outlook on junior varsity? You had a little bit more success last year, and so how is that going to carry over into the new year?
Well, I think we have a lot of new bodies coming in, it's exciting. They've had some experience in the past, which always helps when you're not just starting from square one. That definitely helps. We moved up a couple, and really that's what I tell them all, is the goal of the JV team is to get you to the varsity and get you ready for that higher level of competition. New year, new people. Expectations are to improve the players. And so far this summer, the ones that were able to be here did a really good job. They put in the work, and we can already see the improvement. And so we've only gone a couple months, and we hadn't even really started yet. So we'll keep going, and they'll keep improving.
All right. And then Blair's got a last question about just athletics in general.
So, Coach, how do you like athletics?
How do I like athletics? I like it a lot, Blair. Like,
Would you say you love athletics?
I would say,
I think what Blair meant to say is, the outlook for athletics is in general, what are some upcoming events for the whole school to know about and to be aware for the athletic program?
Oh, and one more question. Is there like some sort of pass that some LAMP students should buy?
yes. Okay. Take it away, Coach. Thank you, Will. Appreciate it. Will made a great question right there that we all need to know. So on October 18th, our girls volleyball team, who won the regular season area championship, is hosting the area tournament. Winning that will place us in the sectionals, which will be hosted here in Montgomery. And if we win the first 2 rounds of the sectionals, then our girls will get to go to state in Birmingham, and they have a really good opportunity to do that. Last night was phenomenal. We hosted our senior night. We beat Brutech in 3 games, 3 games to 0 to win that, and the crowd was fantastic. The students were fantastic. It was just a fun night and fun experience. And so, the athletic programs here at LAMP, they give all our students and our community opportunities to grow in and outside of the classroom. And so that's what athletics is really about. It's overcoming challenges. It's being part of a team. It's learning how to communicate, learning how to set goals. And I'm just proud of our athletics programs from top to bottom, just the effort that we put in, the character that we develop. The coaching staff is phenomenal. They really care about the student athletes. To this dude's question right here, ask about the student passes, is $50, and that will get you into all home athletic events for the entire season. We've already had a bunch of students that have purchased those, and they're taking advantage of it, as was the case last night. Even saw some guys with some chest painted, so we had some backflips going on and all kinds of fun stuff. And I personally believe, and I've worked at some different schools around this community, that Lamp has the best student section in all of Montgomery, without a doubt. And so we're going to keep that trend going. And then families, if you want to purchase a family pass for all home athletics, it is $150. So great opportunities to support. Basically, when you're doing that, you're supporting students. You're supporting Lamp students. And we want to keep that trend going. I know they got to go to class, and Blair probably has another great question for us, but we're going to save that to the next episode.
Well, we're thankful for having all of y'all on here today. Thank you for all of your responses. And obviously, we're extremely excited to have Blair just to bring that joy to the section. Thank y'all, Coach.
Energy.
Concluding this week's Tiger Review, we had an amazing athletic endeavor. Looking ahead, October 7th, we had the Jesse Owens Cross Country Classic. That's a big race. Make sure you encourage the guys and tell them to run fast. Then we have a swim meet at East Branch YMCA October 10th. Speech and debate Big Gump Classic at Montgomery Academy. That's going to be October 13th and 14th, both all day. Lastly, we have the Randolph invite for cross country as well, which is also another big race. So make sure you just pick everybody up and wish them luck. Volleyball or cross country or swim. And yeah, stay athletic. Stay Golden Tigers.